This has been one of my most requested videos ever. This is the birth story of my daughter, Ellie Jade Paulun. Ellie was born July 5th, 2015. It was a Sunday. My doctor planned to induce me at 39 weeks, which was on Sunday, July 5th. I was scheduled to be at the hospital at 5:30 in the morning, and I got there right about 5:30. I was so nervous to start the process just because, there's so many things that can go wrong, and it's a nervous experience. Right when I got there, I started filling out paperwork, and then I was sent upstairs to labor and delivery. They began hooking me up to all of the monitors, giving me an IV, and things like that. Once I was hooked up to the monitors, I had been having pains for the last couple of days, but I'd had pains before and been to the doctor and had no significant change in anything, so I just assumed that it didn't, really mean anything. It wasn't really contractions or something. So once I got hooked up to the monitors, I asked my mom if she could see the contraction on the sheet that was printing out, and she was like, "Oh my god, yeah, you're contracting." And to this day, my mom still believes that if I wouldn't have gone into labor, or if I wouldn't have gone in to be induced, that I would have gone into labor that day. So contractions were going good on their own, and around 8 o'clock, I got a drug called Cytotec, which you take orally. It's a pill, and it starts softening your cervix and helping it open so you can dilate. After I got the Cytotec, I began walking. I was bouncing on the ball. I was getting ready because I hadn't gotten ready at home. My mom was doing my nails. I wanted to look good when I was in labor just because I wanted to look back and like the pictures and not, like, oh, I look like crap, I look miserable, I look exhausted. Even though I was all those things, I can look at them now and be like, wow, I think I look good in these pictures. So I probably spent about 2 to 3 hours walking and bouncing, and they checked me and I was at a 3. My doctor decided that he wanted to break my water, so around 11:30 a.m. my water was broken. Getting your water broken is actually so gross. As soon as the doctor breaks the water, you're just water all over the place. You feel like you're pissing yourself over and over. It's disgusting, and I hate it. I hate getting my water broken. So after I sat around and let some of the water, go out into the pad and the underwear, I was like, okay, I want to get back to walking. I'm trying to get this labor going. So they padded me up, and I started walking down the hall and having my contractions. And one big contraction comes, and water is just flowing down my legs, down to the floor. It was so disgusting. So I grabbed a towel, and I was walking on towels down back to the room, and I gave up on walking, and they put a bunch of pads on the ball and was letting me bounce on the ball, which was all so gross, but I wanted to get the baby out. All of my friends and family started to arrive around then, and I had decided that I wanted to be checked again. I was checked again, and I was at a 4. I was offered either Nubane or an epidural. I chose to get Nubane first. I'm not sure why. I was just exhausted. I should have just got the epidural, but I was like, I'll just get Nubane for now. I got the Nubane, and I was just walking around. The contractions were just really not changing. Everything still hurt. All that really changed was that I felt really out of it. So around 4:30, I decided that I wanted the epidural. I was so nervous getting the epidural this time around because it's scary reading the paper and seeing what you're risking and taking that while you're in labor. I knew that I did not want to feel her actually coming out, so I was like, I need this thing. After getting the epidural, I was being flipped from side to side, trying to get the medicine to go all throughout my body and also to keep the baby's heart rate steady. Probably around 5:30, I was put into a position called throne position. It's where they sit you up. I was crisscross applesauce sitting up, and I started to feel a lot of pain, even though I had the epidural. The nurses had been in and out of the room all day asking me what 4 people I wanted in the room, and I had about 6 people there with me, or 7. I had my mom, Ryan's mom, Ryan, my friend Sam, my friend Becca, my friend Ginny, and my friend Cassandra. So I had 7 people. And, I couldn't decide because everybody wanted to be in there. So around probably 6:20. They came in the room to empty my bladder because I had been having fluids, and to check me, and to also ask me who I wanted to be in the room. So when they came into the room, they asked everybody to exit the room so that they could empty my bladder, and also they wanted to talk to me about the 4 people because they knew I was getting close. As soon as they laid me back on my back to empty my bladder, it was like Ellie just shot right down into the birth canal, and I was crowning. I began screaming bloody murder. It hurt so bad. I could feel everything. It was the worst pain I've ever felt in my life, even though I had the epidural. So I'm screaming, I'm crying, they're emptying my bladder. They're like, oh, she's at a 10, she's at a 10. Everybody's running back in the room. The doctor's running in the room. They're telling me it's time to push. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not ready to push. And I'm just screaming my head off because I'm in so much pain, like intense pain. I just want her out. So I'm like, all right, I start pushing. 2 contractions later, Ellie Jade was here. I pushed so hard during those contractions. I was just in shock that she came out in just 2. And yeah, it was definitely one of the best moments of my life, obviously. I just was so, it makes me emotional talking about it now. But I was so overwhelmed when I finally got to meet her. The first thing I noticed about her was she had a big dimple. And I was so happy. So yeah, that's Ellie's birth story. She was born at 6:34 p.m., weighing 7 pounds 6 ounces, and was 21 inches long. I want you guys to leave comments below for what you would want to ask me about Ellie, because my next video is going to be called Meet Ellie. And I'm really excited to make it because I'm excited for you guys to find out all the cool things about my baby girl. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a week.